Hello, everyone and everywhere, whoever was or will be. I'm Red Runner, and today I'm joined by two new guests, Swag James and Young.
Hello.
Hello, I'm just here to say,
Go, go, gadget, oil slick.
All right.
I yeah. Anyway,
I'm
we're
already on a
watching.
duty.
we're watching Guts versus Dimitri, another returning combatant.
Uh,
Hooray!
yeah.
Hopefully we get some new blood next episode.
Fire Emblem on the show, finally.
Hooray!
I've seen a lot of different opinions on the debate on this matchup. Mostly on the casual side of things, people are very confident that Guts is going to win, whereas on our
It's like,
servers,
Yeah.
yeah,
Commenting. Oh, go ahead.
I was about to say, Dimitri just has way too much going for him, and like the possibility of Guts winning, I wouldn't say is impossible. There are some arguments, but yeah, most likely Dimitri's just gonna win.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
will.
I don't even know the full extent of it. I don't know the full extent of it, but I know that Fire Emblem has, like, hacks stuff at play, which I don't really think is much of a thing for Guts. So that's already a massive leg up.
Yeah. I will say, even if Guts does bullshit a win here, I will probably have the loudest pop off in a while.
Oh, same. I really...
Either
I don't know how many people know this, but I'm very fond of Guts, just in general.
Yeah, Berserk is
I've been
a
reading
fantastic
Berserk.
series.
I've been reading Berserk for like the past week, and just oh my god, man, it's just beautiful.
Yeah, glad to have you on board. It's a really good series. I've been into it for a few years now. I am not fully caught up yet, but I do know most of like everything so far.
And
I've already been caught up on the recent manga.
I will say I'm mostly familiar with the Golden Age because that's what's gotten animated like
I think twice. Yeah,
Twice in a row.
I'm one
yeah.
of the I'm one of the few people who I think I like actually like the Golden Age movies.
I do. The Golden Age movies are really well done. I believe the CGI is a little overhated. And I do believe, and I like the changes made in the recent Memorial edition of it.
Oh, I didn't know there was a new edition.
The movies are really good.
Yeah, the Memorial Edition, I think in honor of Miura's passing, they cut the 3 movies into a 13-episode series with new scenes added that were cut from the manga.
Interesting. Or you mean cut from the original movies? You said cut
Yeah,
from
cut
the manga.
Oh, yeah, you knew what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, that's interesting. Anyway, Fire Emblem. I have friends who are really into Fire Emblem. I can't say I am.
I played a real good chunk of Three Houses. It's like really good. Definitely one of my favorite Fire Emblem games.
It's been sitting on my backlog. I have a physical copy just kind of sitting in my drawer, and I just kind of haven't touched it, and I feel kind of bad. I've been, I've been kind of off and on Fire Emblem since like middle school ish. Never really like super dabbled into it, but I think I played the first one that they localized for Game Boy Advance. I popped that on my phone, emulated, played that.
Around high school was when I like did Awakening and Fates, and that's when I was like fully hooked onto the franchise. It was just, it was amazing.
Nice. I've heard very good things about it. I have heard. I haven't really finished a Fire Emblem game outside of the one for the Game Boy Advance, and a little bit of Heroes. I think I had a really big Heroes phase during the time. However, the soundtrack for Fire Emblem cannot be understated. Like, I haven't even played Three Houses, and God Shattering Star is like a permanent part of my workout playlist.
It is so good.
It is very good. I do quite like it, along with a few other songs. I know there's a song, I believe the final boss theme from, what was it called? It was the 3DS one. Not Awakening or Fates, it was the remake.
Shadows of Valentia?
Yeah. The final boss theme for that is also really good.
I know Three Houses is like the most popular Fire Emblem game, isn't it?
Well, next to Awakening.
Next to Awakening.
Yeah.
Is Awakening still like higher in sales? I know that Three Houses was up there.
Three Houses.
Three Houses.
Yeah.
Three Houses is the best-selling game, but I wouldn't say like Awakening's out of the picture. I mean, hell,
Fair.
it was the game that saved. It was the game that saved the franchise.
Yeah, that
It
is
is.
fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awakening, saved the franchise, and then Three Houses kind of just made it like blow up.
Like make it more mainstream.
Yeah.
Right. So it makes sense that this is the first game that they're pulling from. But
Well,
Yeah, it makes
absolutely.
sense.
I know people
Like
were
other-
also thinking of Lucina for a while.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
this was pretty much a three-way tie between the one we're getting, a Lucina matchup, or Edelgard versus Kylo.
Yeah, I believe that, I think for Death Battle, I think the best option was to either start with Awakening or Three Houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the two most popular FE games everyone knows. And like I
Yeah.
said, I think this one also has a good benefit because like Three Houses is popular, match popular, and one of the characters is Guts.
Yeah.
True.
Also,
I do have to admit, though, I do wish we got Claire.
Claire is cool,
Yeah.
and I do respect that matchup, and I do like that matchup. I honestly was fine with either one of these happening. If you
Yeah,
couldn't tell
like-
by my profile picture, I kind of just wanted. I was in both of those matchups for one thing and one thing only.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I like both. Just prefer to be more just had a more fun experience with friends and just. Oh boy, it's finally actually happening.
Woo! Hell yeah!
Well, on that note, it's not up
Hooray.
to us. It's up to these guys. So we might get it right, we might get it wrong. I don't know. But either way, let's start our show.
This episode is sponsored
It's
by
time
Open
for
Mint
Guts
Mobile.
vs Dimitri.
Did they just? Huh?
What?
They just baited us out.
Guts,
Well, unless it was both.
brutal
Never mind. Hold it.
swordsman of Berserk.
Where are you good?
Savage Savior King from
It was a mint. It was a mint mobile ad in disguise.
Force that can turn anyone into a broken, traumatized, unstoppable one-man army. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I guess I didn't delve into it much. I do think Guts has a chance because Fire Emblem is a brand new series. We don't know what they'll take.
Yeah, it really does depend on what they'll buy.
Until walking into the torment comes
Ben
a
Singer, if
stranger
you're watching,
clad in
you should
black,
do Griffith
cleaving through
versus
anyone in
Inspector
his way
Gadget
with
next
one
episode.
humongous sword. Wiz, that weapon is too big to be called a sword, too massive and thick, more like a slab
Classic.
of raw iron that no normal man could wield. Except for the man with a simple but fitting name, Guts. But what is it that makes Guts so terrifying? Well,
Fitting
we're about
for,
to get into some really,
very
really
different
dark shit.
reason, though.
Fair warning. Born from
Yeah.
his mother's recently hanged
Yeah.
corpse,
There
Guts
you
was
go.
taken in by a mercenary
Hooray.
band led by
What else would you name a
here's
kid that you
backstory.
got out of a
winning Father of the
corpse?
Year. Gambino put Guts through the ringer, training him with swords way too big for him before putting him
Look at
into
my little man,
live
look at him go.
combat at only 9 years old. Training with
That's
such
my boy.
large swords made Guts inhumanly strong, but he needed a different kind of strength to endure the horrendous abuse he suffered from
It's like
Gambino.
Griffith.
He murdered the bastard in self-defense. He deserved it. Trust me.
Likes
With no
Puck
home or family to
reluctantly.
speak of, Guts aimlessly
Yeah.
wandered for years as a lone mercenary until he caught the eye of the ambitious Griffith. Impressed by Guts' bold battle prowess and blunt honesty, Griffith wanted him.
I think
So
all
Guts
children should
joined
be
his
taught to
mercenary
fight with
group,
swords. They yearn for the
Band of
mines.
Hawk. Where Guts' gutsy fighting style made him the perfect.
It was the
veteran.
Band of the
He
Falcon
was
in the
hardcore
original.
enough to fight 100 enemies
Oh yeah,
soldiers
apparently
on
like
his
it was
own,
also
and
like
even
Millennium
though
Falcon, like a
100
Star Wars
year-long war,
reference.
all while
Yeah, it depends on the
Griffith
adaptation, I
glory
think.
with Griffith and his group.
Interesting.
For the first time, Guts found true friends and comrades to rely on. But when Griffith realized he couldn't keep Guts at his side, really
Yeah.
things
Oh.
happened.
Oh.
Hooray!
And here comes.
We
You know,
have seen
I think,
this
you know, I
so
think a
many
friend of mine put-
times.
And sacrifice
You know-
Guts' new friends
You know,
to
I
the
think a friend of
abyss.
mine put it
If
best that like
wasn't bad
you can
enough,
have
he
you can
marked
name
Guts
the
with a
name a
demonic
character who
brand,
went through
then
worse
raped his
and
dog
used
with
Guts,
Costa,
and it would
forcing
honest to
Guts
God
watch
take a
as his
while
eye was
to
split
properly
open and he
answer.
was forced to tear off
I mean,
his own
yeah.
arm.
Because even after
Really
this,
bad thing.
his life
Guts barely
sucks.
escaped his life. He vowed
I
to
mean, even
brutally
before
murder
this, it
Griffith.
sucked. I think.
True.
I think
Down to the last
I
one.
believe they
Those
glossed
little
over
paths
Donovan,
lead
and
to
for
him.
good
And
reason.
Every big task needs even bigger weapons.
Yeah, let's not go there.
butter is the enormous Dragon Slayer.
6.5 feet long and weighing over 300 pounds.
Hey, do you guys know that this is
Dragon
what
Slayer
Guts
absurd.
swings around
In
every
Guts'
single
hands,
day?
it can cleave through plated armor
We
and
need to get that
skin
quote
of
somewhere in here.
Rundown, a real-life
Somewhere,
battle that is
please.
harder than steel.
And since Guts has made killing
Oh,
demons
God.
his
Oh, no.
favorite pastime,
Hooray.
Dragon Slayer was exposed to so much
Can we get a young
demonic
hooray
blood
counter?
that it exists on the astral plane, meaning it can harm any supernatural monster. God, this thing's heavy.
Guts also carries a collection of explosives and throwing knives, but I'm partial to his mechanical arm, complete with a wondrous invention of a repeater crossbow and a secret cannon.
Yeah, that's neat and all, but they aren't as awesome as Dragon Slayer here.
And nothing's as awesome as Dragon Slayer, though.
Okay, the repeater
Exactly.
crossbow
Step
is
away
pretty cool.
from the
It can
sword.
fire a volley of 4
Wait,
to
the
5
giant
bolts
slap
per
of
second, making
metal.
it the go-to option for mowing down
Mini
groups of bad
bombs,
guys.
is that
And
new?
hey, if you gotta lose your hand,
I think
replace
I
it
think you
with
got those a little
goddamn
later.
super gun is the
He's
way to
got
go.
them.
Even
Like, I was
Guts
just
is afraid
thinking
this
of
thing.
the last
See ya,
episode.
Snakeface?
That's like the only
With his
thing they didn't
collection
mention
of
in the
weapons
last
and
episode.
indomitable will, Guts
Yeah. I
think they
slaughtered
did.
everyone and
They might have.
everything in his
I
way.
can't
Yeah.
remember.
An army
Remember
of
they
trolls,
did. I
a
remember they did.
supersonic elf fairy, or some Bible thumper whose blows were like cannons.
But while Guts took the physical challenge,
Maybe they
to
just didn't
stride,
animate it.
his
Maybe
mental
that's why I'm
strength
not
was a
remembering
different
it.
Story.
He had demons to deal with.
Well, hey, look,
literally
Berserk
and
PS4.
figuratively,
Mid.
always tormented by his inner beast of darkness.
Guts tried to shoulder this trauma alone, even for a time leaving behind Casca, who survived but was mentally broken. Nothing would replace the comrades Guts lost during the eclipse. However, through his resilience, he eventually saw the
That
dangers
was a
path
bare
he was on,
ass.
and so reunited with
Yes,
Casca,
that was.
and
Thank you,
eventually
Dustin.
came to depend on
Berserk has a
companions.
tendency to have a
Including
lot
Pretty
of
Boy
nudity.
Serpico.
Oh,
He
of
doesn't look
course.
like much, but the guy is fast
Yeah,
enough
I think
to
it's
dodge
done for, like,
lightning and
artistically.
speeds
Oh,
over
ooh, here we go,
100
calc time.
times faster than sound.
Oh.
And Guts has kept up with him more than once.
And thanks to the witch Flora, Guts got his deadliest and riskiest asset, the Berserker armor.
Oh boy,
Oh, here it
by
is.
shutting down all mental limitations, this armor gives Guts a huge amp in strength. Pain means nothing to him now, and it even heals injuries on the fly. Wait, did I say heal? What I meant was pierces his torn flesh and broken bones together so he can fight until the actual
Ugh.
last drop of blood has left his body. Man, that's hardcore.
And extremely risky. Donning the armor has been nearly disastrous for him more than once.
Yeah, when he's in a stitched up rage, the beast of darkness is gnawing on his mind, tempting him to go berserk. Bam! Title
Ba-
drop.
Guts'
They said it, they said it.
They said the thing.
They said the
Held
thing.
like a
They said the
demonic
thing.
Dragon, withstood being impaled, and even teamed up with a fabled demon swordsman to take down an apostle that can channel lightning.
And sliced up
Y-
a
yeah,
cloud dude
you
in
kind
the
of already
rawest
mentioned
manga
lightning.
panel ever. Just look at it. If that's not
Yeah.
badass enough for you, you once killed a
Boomstick
giant
appreciates
sea
pure
god
art.
from
Face.
Yeah,
the inside.
Miura's art
With its
is, I
wail,
think,
this
unmatched
behemoth created a
almost.
storm that
Genuinely
covered an
fantastic
entire
stuff.
Island. The kinetic energy of such a storm is immense. Gauging the size of the island, the
Oh,
energy
boy.
required to induce such a storm would need
Oh.
to exceed 600 kilotons of
Woo!
TNT.
Yeah, that's right. Guts gutted a sea monster whose shout was a natural disaster.
He needed to do that and much more to reach Elfhelm,
Oh, there's the
where
ship.
Casca's lost sanity was finally returned. Things were looking up for the legendary Black Swordsman.
But that bastard
And-
Griffith just wouldn't leave him alone.
No matter how tragic his
There it
tale
is.
becomes, Guts will
We're getting to
persevere
the-
for his
Oh,
outcome.
so that-
Past
chapters.
and present.
He has new friends.
Hey, that's new,
a
yeah.
renewed
That's
heart,
new material.
A badass sword, and the last thing any man.
Wait, the last
demon,
thing they
or
mentioned
god
about
wants
Griffith?
to do is mess
Yeah, I
with
believe
him.
that is new material.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the most recent chapter. Now they're on a
This episode of
hiatus.
Death Battles.
I know
brought
that
by
I know that
BetterHelp.
Casca's
Sometimes in
doing
life
better
you get
now,
stuck
so
with
that's
tough
good.
choices, and you're not sure how to move
Yeah, like
forward.
her sanity
Maybe
was
you're afraid of
restored,
failure, or
but apparently
heck,
she like
maybe you're afraid
can't
of success.
see
It
Guts
could
because
be
of the
your
memories.
career, your relationship,
what?
Yeah, the way
finances,
she kind of like
feels
portrays
like an
Guts,
instant one problem
she
gets
sees him
solved,
as like a
another
dog,
three take its
like a
place.
weak
And
dog
therapy can
carrying
adjust
a
what you need to
carrying a
help you
casket
navigate
that's
those
long
problems
since
and
been
stay
like
connected to what
destroyed.
you really value.
What?
She sees herself. She kind of sees herself as an anchor
Like
to him
learning how to set a
almost.
proper work-life balance.
That-
I could certainly use less
how does
time in
that
the
work?
lab.
Berserk is
Boundaries, value
Berserk is
yourself
just on a
while
whole nother
respecting others.
level.
If
That's the
you're
best I
thinking
can
of starting
say.
therapy,
It's just on a
consider
whole
giving
nother
BetterHelp a
level.
try.
It's very
all
artistic in
online
its
and designed to
depictions,
be
I believe.
convenient,
Um,
flexible,
Well,
and suited
you're-
to your
I
schedule.
think
All
we
you
can
need
be
to do is
hopeful
fill out a
that
brief questionnaire and get
they'll
matched with a
they will
licensed
at least
therapist.
work out.
And you can switch therapists at
Probably a
any
lot of
time
people
for
will
no
die,
extra
but
charge.
yeah.
Let therapy be your map.
Yeah.
I have a
BetterHelp.
feeling
Visit
that
BetterHelp.com/deathbattle
specific relationship will work
today
out.
to get 10% off your first month.
That's BetterHelp,
Hey.
HELP.com/deathbattle.
Now let's see
On the
how they're gonna
continent
go
of
with
Fogland
this.
lies the holy kingdom
I
of
have the
Farms,
numbers
a
kind of
knightly
in
nation
my
where the
head,
youth
so-
learn to swing a sword before they can write their own name. Prince Dimitri Alexandra Blathid was no exception.
The
He
kid
kinda
was a
bad, though.
prodigy, able to spar with far more experienced warriors.
Eating weeds! Yes! They put that in there!
Or someone gifted
Hooray!
mystical power through the
Goddamn.
blood of the goddess Sophis.
Eating wheat, oh, that's-
Those born with a crest gain anything from
That's like a
enhanced magic
meme he
to
has. He just
superhuman
wants to
strength.
eat
At
weeds.
9 years
He
old,
just likes
Dimitri
eating
could
weeds.
lift giant boulders, run across
Yes.
mountains for
Wait,
hours,
what else are you supposed to
and
do with them?
constantly
They don't-
broke
they don't
swords
do
by
nothing.
accident. Most elites who had a crest also
tell me
had a
you don't
massive
eat weeds?
ego, but not Dimitri.
Right, Dimitri was strong, but generally kind. Like when he
Wow,
gave his
zooming in on
childhood
Mia's,
friend Edelgard a dagger. And Earnest, if
The Switch is
Nintendo
truly the mightiest.
Switch.
Clips.
The Switch is truly the mightiest of consoles.
Yeah, it's not the best, but when it needs to, it can
Oh,
have
of
it
course.
can
It's,
do
I'm
it.
not saying that the game looks bad. It's just funny seeing all the aliasing
guilt
going
that only
on.
worsened when the country of Dusker
Yeah.
was unjustly blamed for the tragedy.
The
Dimitri
Switch was
lamented
too
that
small
he
to be
could not
considered
stop
a sword,
Vargas's
rather
corrupt
just a
nobles.
small hunk
Don't
of metal.
worry, though. When those same nobles rebelled a couple years later, he fought
With
them
a
like
mobile phone
beast,
processor.
slaying them all with sadistic
Literally,
The
right?
savage side would
Yeah,
emerge when
I think
Dimitri
it's in the
was
video chip.
reminded of the tragedy he witnessed. Otherwise, his chivalrous charm remained forefront.
With guidance from his dead dad's buddy Rodrigue, Dimitri got into the Garrick Mock Officers Academy, where he led the Blue Lion's house and learned the mystic
Oh,
arts.
here it
Well, he's not the
comes.
most proficient in it, but Dimitri did
I
learn
forgot the
healing
quote, so I
and
can't even
elemental
make the
magics,
reference,
able
but
to
I was
call
thinking
down
of the
lightning or
Princess
even
Bride.
channel it through his weapons.
Letting him electrocute tons of enemies at once.
Something,
He
something,
learned
I
this
killed-
and
you
more
killed my
from
father.
everyone's favorite
Prepare to
Smash
die.
Bros. Character, Professor Byleth.
Assuming you picked Dimitri's dueling lines when he played Fire.
I heard
Yeah.
that.
We're getting a little meta here, but his story turns out very differently depending on the path chosen. Aside from the
Oh,
Blue
here
Lions,
comes the
there's
discourse.
Edelgard's Black Eagles.
And the Golden Deer.
I hope they
led
bring
by
up the random
crafty
soldiers.
Claude Von Regan,
Oh,
aka
okay,
the
so who's
best
gonna be-
house.
Well, that band of goofy misfits.
Okay.
The Black Eagles are a far more.
I love how
convincing-
neither of them
Nah,
side
we're
with
the deer
Dimitri.
with-
Okay, so who's
no
the...
idea what you're talking about.
Wolves for
what?
life, losers.
What?
Of
Oh.
course, Jocelyn.
Oh,
picked the
Jocelyn's
dog.
Ashley.
Anyway,
What?
Dimitri,
What?
he mastered all manner
I saw an
of
amphibia thing.
weapons,
What?
swords, axes, gauntlets,
Wait,
and
what?
more.
Some of these weapons
I didn't
are
catch
used,
that.
Footage.
Some use poison, and others are used
Or
to
I didn't
slay
notice,
giant
I guess.
monsters. But all of them made Dimitri an ace at warfare, especially when Byleth taught him some special skills.
The seal movement technique stops foes in their tracks. Frozen Lance skewers enemies with ice, and Swordbreaker boosts evasion against blade users. To top it off, Dimitri can enter an awakened
Oh.
state for even more power.
Dimitri led his classmates through thick and thin, but everything changed when he suspected the one behind the tragedy of Dusker was his old dagger friend, Edelgard. Dun dun dun!
To end Fodlan's
drama.
oppressive crest system, Edelgard and her empire
Oh,
declared war on
snap.
Vargas and the Church of Seros.
Dimitri could be cruel before, but after this betrayal, he snapped, vowing to kill every last one of them. For 5 years, he slaughtered the enemy, all to appease the voices that called for Edelgard's head.
He's not exaggerating. Dimitri truly believes his dead loved ones cry to him, unable to know peace until he claims vengeance.
Bro's just
As
schizophrenic.
if Prince turned murderer hobo wasn't
He's not
scary
schizo-
enough,
no,
he wields
I'm not
the
doing it.
ultimate lance, the hero's relic, Eredfar.
Forged from the bones of dragon-like Nabateans.
But yeah,
Eredfar
no,
is
this
much
is all
stronger
new to
than
me,
ordinary
so-
metal.
Really
It can
giving a
pierce
lot.
any armor with its
Like I
signature
said,
move,
Really giving a
atrocity.
lot.
He's
Only
an-
crest bearers can wield it without
Fire
irritating
Emblem's an
war
RPG,
monsters, black
yeah.
beasts.
With his
Yes.
lance,
He's an
Dimitri
RPG
could
protagonist. He has a
fight
lot
no
of
bloodshed to
hacksy
calm his
abilities.
mind.
Oh god,
He
that
reached
texture.
peak war crimes, torturing an enemy commander and
The Switch is the
plotting
mightiest of
When
consoles.
his actions led to Rodrigue making the ultimate sacrifice, Dimitri was broken, terrified of yet another voice haunting him.
Except this time, he had his professor to help him out. We really gotta pay teachers more, y'all.
Felt hatred for Edelgard.
You know, he's
Mr.
not wrong.
To the friends
Mr. Dimitri, are the voices of your dead loved ones in the room with us right
Instead
now?
of killing every last one of them, he would save every last one by retaking Vargas's capital.
A task this wretch turned savior king had the strength to do.
Dimitri has dodged
Oh,
meteors
oh, the
going Mach
calcs.
60, decimated
Okay, that's
squad
half as
soldiers with
fast.
one spear
Well,
throw,
less
and
slower,
defeated a
actually.
wizard
It's
from
slow.
the magic Illuminati.
This is Talus, whose
Where?
power shook a futuristic underground city.
And Dimitri just walked through his magic like it was nothing.
Dimitri's also
Damn.
more than a match for Edelgard, who, in her route, bested the Archbishop of the Church of Seros, Rhea.
This is important because after dragging it up, Rhea survived 2 exploding javelins of light, aka magic nukes. Jeez, and Dimitri can fight on her level?
Indeed, but in the end,
They didn't
despite
give
half a
numbers.
decade of slaughter,
You know what that
Dimitri
means.
was hesitant to kill
Oh
Aloy,
boy.
in part from learning
They will
she
be
wasn't
revealed
Oh, I know
after.
what this means.
Still, both monarchs had ideas for Fodlan that were simply incompatible.
They didn't give numbers. You know what that means. Dimitri's absolutely winning this.
They will be revealed after he wins.
The war was over, and with his allies at his side, Dimitri claimed his place as a just king.
Unless, you know, you picked a different house. His story didn't end very happy in those.
But though the voices of the dead will haunt Dimitri until his
Nope.
final breath, so long as he has his friends, conviction, and compassion for the living, he will find peace.
That was a weird frame to end it on, but I'm sure what was on
This
screen
episode
was
of Death Metal
nice.
Sponsored by Mint Mobile.
Coco Gadget Oil Slick.
Surprise, inflation
That was
is
me this time, not
everywhere.
the soundboard.
There's no
I
escaping it.
know.
And if you're looking for a break,
Oh man. Yeah, like I said, so
It's the first company to
so
sell
just
premium
Yeah,
wine.
no,
slower, but yeah.
He's a good bit slower. He's like half as fast by their measurement. Again, like 66 to 140.
No, wait.
When everything is just
Yeah.
getting more and more
He's like half as fast, but he's got
He
like.
and with all
it isn't so
and
Wait,
with their
listen, the
listening,
fact
he
that they
found-
didn't give... They
and with
need
all
to
the-
give numbers. If they don't give numbers, it makes it really
Yeah, like-
come
obvious.
with unlimited talk
Ben
and
Singer,
text
next
plus
episode, you need to have Wiz
Like I
Death
said,
Battle
Justice
holding
really
up a
has
sign.
5G
Oh,
network.
that's nice. And then
yet,
the other
Wiz-
you mentioned. Oh,
But Ben Singer, next episode, you should have Wiz Death Battle hold a sign that says 100. There's our numbers, guys. Problem solved. We
Right,
did
just-
it. We saved Death Battle.
that's mintmobile.com.
with all the abilities they listed, yeah.
But yeah,
I'm
they
just
didn't.
confident that
They didn't actually specify anything about the explosion. They just said it's a nuke, basically.
What?
Yeah.
What? Oh, come on.
They should have thirst trapped for Gus too, honestly. Gus just is fine.
Here it is.
100 men strong. What drives your slaughter? To save the high and mighty crap till you're dead.
Also, yeah, already seen the preview. I like all the choreography near the start.
Really nice.
It's
There's a lot of references
It's
here.
only a... Yeah, like, the tree will go
I-
nuts and Griffin have their own duel.
I really like how they animated the shot of Guts dodging the stab, specifically.
Yeah. I don't know if we're already past it, but I know the shot of them standing side
yeah.
by side. Yeah,
In front of the tree. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, and that was reference to the first opening from the 90s anime, him jumping on the sword.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Oh. And that's the funny sound effect.
Okay, did he actually get cut in half, or
And
just
now-
sliced? Okay.
I think he just got sliced.
I will tear your head from your shoulders. The dead must have their revenge.
Oh.
Let's go, Guts. Let's go, Guts.
Oh.
You can tell that Dimitri's model is a lot easier to work with.
Yeah.
Oh, the bomb.
Go to hell.
The cannon.
Yes, sir.
His arm's bent backwards.
Bastard.
Shit. Oh.
I'll kill
Oh no, they're having a schizophrenia off.
down to the
Oh.
Oh, this shit's raw.
Took your armor.
Let's fucking go.
Oh.
Oh, they got the
Okay.
fucking. Oh, that's
that
cool.
that was the cut in from Fire Emblem, I know that much.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no. Oh no. No. Huh?
Still
What?
standing?
oh, he died.
Oh no.
I think he died.
Shackled to the
No,
dead.
no, 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 no.
Foul beasts will not have his soul.
Yeah, he died standing up. Damn.
He got taken by the god hand.
Scarier, Dimitri the
That was it?
Demon, or Guts still standing there. He was a badass till the end.
Being fast enough to dodge lightning,
Bro got
Guts
taken by the
actually
god
had a
hand
slight
mid-fight,
speed
bro. They
advantage
said
over
nah.
Dimitri.
Slight
Those
speed
skills like
advantage.
Steel movement and Swordbreaker
So,
helped Dimitri
just a
close
little.
the gap.
And while Dimitri had some minor healing magic to fall back on, it wasn't gonna compete with the raw endurance from the Berserker armor.
Still, Dimitri's absurd strength and wider pool of weapons and abilities gave him plenty of ways to wear Guts down. Against Dimitri's electricity magic, Guts'
That was,
sword and armor were vulnerable conductors,
Yeah, that was
making
okay.
every clash an opportunity to
It was cool when it was happening, and then it just kind of abruptly ended.
I'm just happy it got better. I'm just happy it got better. I was worried this was gonna suck, but like, no, that was pretty good.
I think it got better, and then it kind of just ended on a whimper. I get it's like the god hand, and I get, you know,
could not heal from
marked for
fatal
sacrifice, but he's kind of that was it.
Really impressive, obviously, but not always on par with
The death battle don't
Yeah,
fully.
Okay, magic
yeah,
news.
yeah.
Guts' route, she defeated Rhea, who survived 2 javelins of light. In Dimitri's route, he defeated Edelgard while she was a powered-up crest monster. That happened.
So, if Rhea could take on the Javelins of Light, Dimitri should be at a similar level. So, let's find out how strong a Javelin is.
In Vodlin's lore, several
Alright.
javelins decimated a
Rhea-
Again, when they don't
the
give
Valley of
numbers,
Performance.
it's
However,
really
the exact
obvious.
number of
a
javelins
very
in the
telltale
Great Valley
sign.
was never given, making the power of an individual javelin
I get
unclear.
it's
But
meant
we
to
do know
avoid
the
being a
javelins in
telltale,
this
but it
attack
makes
were
it even
supposed to
more
hit the
telltale.
Garrett Monastery, until
Yeah,
the god
and
himself
obvious.
snoped them away and they hit the forest instead.
Easy
We also
easy
know that the
workaround
javelins
is
of
to
light
have
are
a
limitless,
weaker
with
calc
typically no more than
and
6 being used at
this
once,
sort of
even
thing.
against
But they
structures
didn't have
similar
any
in
sort
size
of
to Garrett
power
Monk.
calc.
So, if a similar amount were used in the attack that made the valley, each javelin would pack a payload that's over 3 gigatons of TNT.
Oh yeah, there
Even
we
if
go.
severely
Interesting.
There it
lowballed
is.
this and said the destruction was divided between 10, 50, or even 100 different javelins of light, surviving 2 javelins would still be greater than the best of Guts' feats, even scaled to the sea god. Guts' persistence meant he wouldn't go down easy, but against Dimitri's inhuman strength, devastating abilities, and fervent willpower, it was just a matter of time before the vengeful king wore through him.
Saying
Yeah.
it makes me berserk, but Guts could only go so far, Gus.
The
Oh,
winner
that-
was Dimitri Alexandra Blinford.
If I say what I want to say to Boomstick here,
Thanks for watching.
I
Stay
believe
tuned.
this
We have
channel
more
is
Death Battle episodes
terminated.
every 2 weeks this year. Include the
Alright,
join button
what
to get
is
new
this
perks and
next
extra
time?
content. Play with
Yeah,
members,
let's
you can
see.
Death battles before
I'm
anyone
curious.
Good
else.
one, or is it a good one?
black and white.
What is?
Uh,
What is?
Hog-
Martian
wait.
Manhunter
Oh!
versus the Silver Surfer.
Oh wait, really? Really? We're another comics idea this soon?
Yes,
Peak. Peak.
indeed.
Peak.
Another DC versus Marvel at that.
I fuck with this.
Another
I fucks with
Herald
this.
tier Marvel versus DC at that.
Okay. When are we gonna get a street tier? Like, yeah, I know I'm copying all the. Like I said, it's kind of starting to feel a bit too much.
Yeah, I
Like-
can get that.
3 Marvel versus DC Herald tier matchups
They're all-
in the
they're all
first half of the
cosmic.
season.
And they're all
Hopefully.
And they're all
Cosmic.
what? Sorry.
hey now they're all cosmic tier.
That's what I said. I say Herald just because that's what I hear all the time.
Yeah.
Now like
Yeah,
I've
it's a
heard-
little bit strange.
I've heard
As far as
I've
the
heard
animation,
something-
it sounds like I might actually have an opposite opinion to you guys, maybe a little bit. I actually preferred the start because the choreography felt very like deliberate and intentional. It kind of did devolve into I stab you and then you hit me with a really strong attack in retaliation.
I think things kind of started getting a little nonsensical after like he threw the bombs. I think once he threw the bombs, that's when things kind of like, and then after like the schizo off, I think that's when they started getting into I cut you, you cut me, we're a big happy family.
I don't
Alright.
think that's a happy
For next-
family.
Yeah. For next time, I've heard Silver Surfer wins, but I could be wrong.
I've heard
Yeah,
that
it
too.
really does depend.
I have heard that too, but I can't.
I like, cause like,
much.
let's be real, with how they went with the other two, it's def gonna be an equal stats kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's really gonna. It's pretty much a similar vein in Raven versus Gene, where like stats don't matter because they're so equal. It's really gonna come down to a hacks off.
Yeah. So this is
I
probably going to be one that's another one that's really hard to predict for a lot of people.
and I don't mean to sound negative or anything, but it feels weird when this matchup shows up in the season that they're hyping up for the lineup and all that. I don't like mind it, but I know that this is a really controversial one, isn't it? A lot of people just kind of think
It's like
eh.
it's like it's mostly consensus well liked.
I
Like I
think
said,
a lot of people aren't like a big fan of it. Mostly just because it's Marvel versus DC once again.
I think it's also because people don't like Silver
It's
Surfer
because
very much.
comic.
Yeah.
I've
Too much
noticed
comics.
that.
Calm down.
I've noticed that. I haven't seen that many people really like the Silver Surfer as a character.
Yeah, I think I think it depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
A lot of people have very different opinions on the Silver Surfer. It's kind of a controversial character to an extent.
I've seen opinions on the Silver Surfer is like mostly with the Fantastic Four movie, not it's mostly with like that one Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah. I'll accept this one extra cape shit fight. I mean, we already got like what Dark Souls, Skyrim. We got Hunter Index.
Every matchup that hasn't been a comic matchup is a new franchise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Like Dark Souls.
Oh, actually, no.
Skyrim,
Vader vs. Obito. Neither one was new.
Oh yeah.
But
Neither one of those
still,
was new.
we have a good track record so far. So
far,
Right.
we got half the season revealed, and I said it before. This season is just looking to deadass be one of the best seasons we've been getting.
I don't have many qualms with this season. Yeah, I don't really.
Like,
I haven't really had any issues with
got
it.
half the season revealed, and we still haven't gotten Colex or Billcord yet.
I mean,
I don't think
that
those
makes
are happening
sense.
until- Yeah, death battles usually take a long time to produce. I remember like Hulk vs. Broly took a year on the animation alone.
See, that obviously depends on a lot of things, but
Well, yeah, it depends on like how long the animation is, how long who's working on it, what's going on, what. But death battles still overall take a lot of time, and I don't think either of those episodes are going to be in the first half, regardless.
I do know that the dev cycle
the one
can be extradited, like sped up.
Yeah.
Like
Now,
if I'm not
the one thing I'm
mistaken,
still curious on is
if I'm not mistaken, obviously this will be a bad example for a lot of people, but I think it is one anyway. Akuma versus Shao Kahn, that wasn't actually in production until halfway through that season, wasn't it?
Yeah, I can tell.
yeah.
But
One thing I'm
point
still
is, they
curious
got
on
a
is,
full
like-
episode out in that period of time.
Hooray! That's
Was
claps.
one thing I'm still curious on is like the joke app we're getting this season, because like it could practically happen at almost any time, and we have no idea what it's gonna be.
They don't even
believe-
necessarily need to have one, but I don't know.
I think didn't they talk about one? I thought they talked about one about one happening this season
Did they?
potentially.
I didn't.
Yeah, they did.
I didn't
Fire-
hear that then.
Fireside chat. It was the fireside chat.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe they did talk about that having a joke episode this season.
In that
I'm
case,
wondering-
yeah, I do wonder.
I think,
What do you guys think then?
I know a good chunk of the
Uh,
community believes it's going to be Captain Planet versus Aang because the cipher has the recycling symbol on the wheel.
Would be
I've heard
funny.
I've heard like two suggestions, like the other Cat Planet, and the other being the cereal mascot battle royale.
Which would also be funny, and also could be the recycling icon.
Yeah, because they all have boxes.
Yeah, I could
I-
see it.
Kids, remember to recycle.
How would the serial mascot battle royale actually be handled as an episode?
I have no idea, because like there is way too much to consider.
Like they would have to limit it at a certain point, right? Like to who they're including.
Like around like 5.
They probably do like they probably like max it out. Yeah, like 4 or 5, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like doing almost more than 5 would be way too much and ambitious.
Yeah. Remember how the 7 battle royale turned out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
What depend like
What was it that I called it? The 4 versus the boy.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty much it.
That was pretty much it. And it does depend like how they're gonna treat the episode, because I'm a tad worried they're gonna treat it like Kool-Aid Man versus Macho Man, and that it's gonna like eventually that's like somehow gonna flop when they do things too differently.
If they make it anything like Kool-Aid Man versus Macho Man, I'm just gonna skip it probably.
Hoping they don't.
I'm not very fond of that episode. I don't think a lot of people are.
I'm just trying to think, though. Yeah, it doesn't really matter that much, but I'm just thinking in my head how it could be handled. But yeah, if you guys like this video, then you can like it. If you didn't, dislike. But either way, we'll see you in the next video.
Farewell.
Hey guys.
Cool.
Cool. Are we still recording?
Yeah, we're still recording, but I'm just gonna hit the play button now.
Okay, sorry for swearing.
You don't have to care about that.
Okay, I just don't want you getting demonetized.
That isn't really a thing anymore. Swearing isn't enough to get demonetized anymore. At least if it's not in the very beginning.
Well, that's good. All right, everybody. Hold on to your